Oh boy. Isn't this a turn of event? Isn't this a wild turn of event? This is crazy. This is crazy. But anyway, what's good? What it do, man? It's your boy CM2. And welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to discuss the breaking news. The Atlanta Falcons have traded Julio Jones. Finally, they have traded him after weeks of speculation where he's going to go. They have traded him to the Tennessee Titans for a conditional second round pick. No one knows what the second round pick is so far, but obviously it's going to be in 2022 draft pick, right? Draft pick, but whatever, right? When we discussed this, what was it? It's been like, what, over a week or so, a week or two? I said, my opinion, I thought he's going to go to the New England Patriots. Obviously, he's going to go to an AFC team. He wasn't going to go to an NFC team because, well, what team would trade a Hall of Fame player to another team within their conference? It wouldn't make sense, right? So I knew he was going to go to the AFC in some form or fashion, right? My choice was the New England Patriots, obviously with the connection with Cam Newton. And obviously, if I was him, I would want to play with a great head coach, right? Like Bill Belichick, right? So that's where I was at with it. During that time, I believe the Tennessee Titans weren't in the conversation. I think they was, but someone said that it wasn't going to happen, or some form of that fashion. All right, Tennessee was kind of talking to him when I made that first video about Julio Jones, but nothing came into fruition. But here we are. Obviously, I talked to someone in the comment section. In the comment section. In the last video, someone mentioned, why did I mention the Tennessee Titans? Well, again, I didn't know they were in a conversation. And also, Julio Jones said he wants to go play for a contender who wants to win. And then a few days ago, what has been like a day or so ago, Julio Jones said he wants to go play for a quarterback with a big arm that has a good deep ball. Let me say this respectfully. Actually, no. I think y'all know already from my past Ravens videos, y'all know I'm not the biggest fans of the Tennessee Titans. Y'all know that. As a Ravens fan, I'm not. But this has nothing to do with me being a Ravens fan. This is me being objective and viewing it realistically. Not only did Julio, he didn't even go to a contender, he didn't even get the quarterback that he wanted to go to. This man said a quarterback with a good deep ball, with a big arm. Now, Tannehill can throw the deep ball, but it's a lot of options. You could have chose over Ryan Tannehill, and be honest. To me, he personally downgraded. He went from Matt Ryan to Ryan Tannehill, the wrong Ryan. That's tough. Now, I like Ryan Tannehill. He alright. I mean, he alright. But I mean, damn, for all this, I could have stayed with Matt Ryan. Take Matt Ryan and put him on the Titans. Take Ryan Tannehill and put him on the Falcons. Who has a better year? Who has the better numbers? Obviously, it's going to be Matt Ryan, right? I think anybody that knows football and watches football knows it would be Matt Ryan. Now, in Ryan Tannehill's defense, he has never had the duo of someone like Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley with him, right? Never had that. Matt Ryan has, right? So that's fair to say. Why couldn't Matt Ryan get it done with Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley? Well, things happen. I believe Dan Quinn was not the answer there in Atlanta. That's just me. I think he never was. Especially that Super Bowl debacle. I think after that, we all knew. Dan Quinn not that dude at head coach. He's not that dude. And plus, the Falcons defense is suspect. The offense alone kept them in the game. All right, and that was primarily due to Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, and Calvin Ridley as well. I think Calvin Ridley was what was Calvin Ridley this year? Like second or third in receiving yards or something like that. So Calvin Ridley is a dog. He gonna do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Alongside Kyle Pitts, they good over there in Atlanta. So you know what I'm saying? This move for Julio, I mean, it gets them closer to the playoffs than it is the Falcons. I believe the Titans are better than the Falcons. I just believe the quarterback situation isn't that much different. I mean, you could kind of... Matt Ryan and Ryan Tannehill is kind of a coin flip. To me, it's a little bit more than a coin flip. I would choose Matt Ryan. If I had to pick today, just blindly, Ryan Tannehill or Matt Ryan, I would pick Matt Ryan. That's just me. I've seen him do it before, win MVP, goes to Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying, and have great numbers. I've seen Matt Ryan do it. It's just his defense that was holding him back, okay? But this does make Julio closer to a contender than he would be in Atlanta, so that's fair, right? But how close are you really to being a championship contender? Now, a lot of people will see this move and be like, well, the Titans gotta be one of the best teams in the AFC now. No. The Tennessee Titans right now, currently standing, are probably about what, like I would say maybe like the 6th or 7th best team in the AFC. Around that, I would have the Chiefs number 1. Objectively, I would have the Browns number 2. The Browns have an absolute loaded roster, offense and defense. Absolutely fucking loaded. Okay. So Chiefs, Browns. I will put the Bills, then the Ravens. Only reason why I will put the Bills slightly, just slightly ahead of the Baltimore Ravens is because if I look at skill position, I believe that Lamar Jackson is better than Josh Allen, but that's one of another things where it can be a coin flip. If I had to pick today, obviously I'm gonna be rolling with Lamar Jackson. He has won an MVP, but Josh Allen has been playing great as of late, primarily due to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is the biggest difference maker in between the two. That's it. That's literally the only difference between the Bills and the Ravens is Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs will be the best receiver on the Ravens today. So because of that, I will believe that the Bills would right now be better than the Ravens. I have to see, obviously, everything shape out and how these dudes play within a regular season, right? So just off that alone, I think I will put the Bills slightly above the Ravens. But the Ravens do have a great roster as well. So Chiefs, Browns, Bills, Ravens. I will put the Colts. I will put the Colts at number 5. I had a discussion with somebody, and I said, you know, the Titans made this move. Everybody thinks they're going to be a Super Bowl contender. Who said they even going to win a division? The people that know football knows the Colts still have a better roster than the Titans. For sure. For sure have a better roster than the Titans. Their offensive line probably number 2 behind the Browns, who have the best offensive line in the last 5 years. But the Colts do have some players on their offensive line who are Hall of Famers. Quentin Nelson, to start off, Ryan Kelly, guys like that. Okay. With Jonathan Taylor running the ball, who could be an Offensive Player of the Year candidate? Don't sleep on Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is a dog. JT is a dog. Y'all gotta watch Colts games, cause I don't know. Y'all just putting the Titans in front of everybody, not really watching the games, and knowing that the Colts have a damn good roster. The only thing that was holding them back was Phillip Rivers. He was immobile, couldn't do much. His deep arm, his deep ball was kind of, you know what I'm saying, leaving him this past year. The only difference was the quarterback. Now they have a Carson Wentz, who I think will be rejuvenated behind a great offensive line. He has now the best wide receiver core, the best weapons he has ever had. Okay, the dude almost won MVP one year. What year was that? What was that 2017, 2018? Almost won MVP, and his wide receiver core was less than what the Colts have today. Paris Campbell, T.Y. Hilton, Michael Pittman. They got I'm forgetting somebody else, but they got dogs over there with the Colts, bro. And they got 2 dudes on the defensive side who can win Defensive Player of the Year, and Darius Leonard and DeForest Buckner. I think that's how you say his name, if I'm not mistaken. They got some dogs. They secondary, I believe, is okay as well. I got research on that, search up on that. But I believe they are okay as well. So if it would be today, I would pick the Colts to win the AFC South as of today, barring no injuries. I would pick the Colts to win the AFC South, right? So that's already 5 teams already that I would say have a better roster than the Titans. Okay. I could argue that the Los Angeles Chargers have a better roster than the Tennessee Titans. I could also argue that the Dolphins has a better roster than the Tennessee Titans. Now, if you want to say just off GP alone, Derrick Henry and Julio and AJ Brown, off that alone, okay, you got it. Yep, you got it. But on defense, outside of Caleb Farley and Kevin Byard, who do you really have? You gonna say Kenny Vaccaro scares you as an offensive coordinator? When you go into each week, right, facing the Tennessee Titans as an offensive coordinator, you look at the defensive side, you say, okay, you know, Kevin Byard, you know, Caleb Farley, you know, he'll do his thing. I'm pretty sure Kenny Vaccaro never gets brought up. I'm almost certain his name never gets brought up. Okay? Malcolm Butler's gone, but hey, I mean, it's Malcolm Butler. He's fucking trash. And it's still fucking Malcolm Butler. He's a bitch. Straight like that. Lamar kicked him out the league. Do Malcolm Butler have a job right now? I don't think he do. Due to Lamar Jackson. With that being said, I believe this is a good trade, though. 2nd round pick. I told you before in the last video, y'all know how I feel about the 2022 draft class, man. It's about 3 or 4 rounds deep of 1st round talent, bro. 3-4 rounds deep of 1st round talent. So I believe the 2022 picks are way more coveted than any other draft class we've seen before. This draft class will be one of the best draft classes of all time. Listen, if you haven't already, go look up the draft prospects for 2022 and y'all will understand what I mean. Just listen to all the experts you want to. Look at all the analysis. They will tell you. You can look it up. The 2022 draft will be one of the best drafts probably of all time. Definitely gonna be one of the best drafts of the last decade. For sure, gonna be one of the best drafts. 3 or 4 rounds of 1st round talent? That's tough. So, giving away a 2nd round pick, I said before my past video, I wouldn't give up more than a 3rd for Julio. I believe that's why the Ravens didn't make the trade for Julio Jones. And again, I'm not mad, because I said it in my last video about Julio. Bringing him into the mix, would it work? I truly don't know, because I believe this offense is still a run-first offense that will mix in the pass away more. That's me being honest. Now that T. Martin and Keith Williams are here to work with the wide receivers, hopefully open up this passing game, we will see way more passes, but best believe the Ravens is a run-first team. And I am perfectly fine with the wide receiver core we have right now, with Sammy Watkins, Hollywood Brown, Rashard Bateman, Tylan Wallace, Devin Duvernay, James Prochet, and the forgettable Miles Boykin. Miles, I hope you do your thing this year, boy. Hope you do this thing, man. I hate when people talk shit about Miles Boykin, man, because I hope the best for him, for real. Hope the best for him, man, because I saw what he did at Baylor. I think he was at, no, Notre Dame, I'm pretty sure. Was Notre Dame? I think it was Notre Dame. I see what Miles Boykin did at Notre Dame, man. He could be that dude. He just need confidence. You need confidence as a wide receiver. Right now, I don't think Miles Boykin has the confidence as he should. So, hopefully, he'll get his act together and we will be back to where we were last year in the playoffs, hopefully making a deep run for it. But again, this move by the Tennessee Titans, I mean, it didn't really affect me at all. If the Ravens was to face the Titans in the playoffs, I still believe the Ravens would beat the Tennessee Titans. Last year, the Ravens were COVID-racked, injured. People were still sick on the team, still having COVID symptoms, and they still beat them in the playoffs. I believe Julio won't make that big of a difference. against us. Now against anybody else, obviously, but against us, it won't. Our DB core is too deep for that, bro. We can stack the box. We can go down. That's no problem. We can go down package, bro. You feel me? We can stuff the box with the safeties just in case Derrick Henry run the ball. Our front seven still solid. I ain't scared at all. I mean, we got Oda Owe there too for the run stops. I'm this doesn't shake me at all as a Ravens fan. Now, if you're a Patriots fan, a Dolphins fan, or like, I don't know, a Raiders fan, or a Steelers fan, you know, somebody like that that's trying to, you know what I'm saying, might be in that wild card position at the end of the year, this might scare you because they're going to win some games. They're going to probably win all 10, 11 games. But, I mean, again, last time the Raiders played Julio, I believe Julio Jones had 20 yards. With Marlon Humphrey blamping his shit. By the way, that was a younger Julio Jones that was in his prime. I still believe Julio is in his prime, but this is a older, more battled and injury prone Julio Jones. And now Marlon is even way better than what he was back then. I think that he was a year removed from his rookie year, and he blamped up Julio like that. Blamped him up. So now Marlon, bigger, faster, stronger in his prime, top 3 cornerback in the league, being matched up on this current Julio Jones with the same defense that we have, maybe even better this year. I could say that the defense is right now better than they were last year. Talent on paper. Why would any Ravens fan be scared of Titans? Now, I have seen Ravens fans upset that we would not trade a second round pick for Julio Jones. Y'all have to remember one thing. Julio's price tag and how coveted draft picks are in general to the Baltimore Ravens front office. Whether that be John Harbaugh, EDC, Ozzie, whoever it is at the helm. Draft picks are highly coveted by the Baltimore Ravens. Why? Because every year, year in and year out, we draft extremely well and get extreme return on our draft picks every single time. Every time. There are some hits and misses here and there. There are some. But for majority of the time, the Ravens draft well. Why in the fuck would I give up a second round pick? A second round pick in one of the best drafts that could possibly ever happen for an aging wide receiver that's about to exit his prime with a big contract for 2 to 3 more years when I could get an exceptional, talented player for 4 to 5 years on a rookie contract. That's young. And after that 4 or 5 year rookie contract, we can extend him for another 4 to 5 years. So that second round pick could be it's going to be a great talented player for the next 10 years versus a wide receiver leaving his prime in about a year or 2 on a high contract. And my wide receiver room right now is actually pretty good. Why in the fuck would I do that? That is why when y'all see the reports about the Ravens and Julio Jones, they said if the price is right. I knew what that meant off jump. I thought y'all knew what that meant as well. That means that we will not go higher than a third, and we will not pay majority of his contract. Atlanta, if you want to get rid of him, you gonna have to pay some of this contract. You gonna have to do some kickback, bro. You gonna have to pay some of this rent too, right? Because this is an expensive ass rental. An expensive ass rental. An aging expensive rental at that. When again, I can get a talented player to have him on my team for the next 10 years. That's tough. I don't know about that. And I don't believe that Julio Jones would have made the Ravens that much better. They would have made them they would have made them better for sure. I'm not trying to downplay Julio. Don't take this video as me downplaying Julio because the Ravens didn't trade for him. That's not what I do. I'm not like other Ravens fans that do that. That's not me. I'm as honest as they come. As honest as they come. Julio Jones wasn't going to make the Ravens that great. They already good / great as they are right now. Julio wouldn't have like made them like, oh my god, like da da da. I still believe the Browns and the Chiefs would have had a better roster than us. If we got him, I think we would have been better than the Bills right now. But even if the Ravens did get Julio Jones, I believe the Chiefs and the Browns right now are better than the Ravens. It is what it is. It is what it is. But hey, listen, I'm hoping for good health, good wealth, and just a good overall well-being for Julio Jones. All right, hope he's doing well. You know what I'm saying? The transition from Atlanta to Tennessee gonna be tough to say the least. It's gonna be tough to say the least, cause Atlanta, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia, Tennessee. You know, it's like it's Tennessee. But hey, man, like I said, man, I wish him all the best. But listen, if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. Comment down below what you guys think about the trade, where you think the Titans stand after this, where you think the Falcons stand after this, if you're a Falcons fan. Listen, Falcons fans, y'all been through so much already, man. Y'all been through so much as it is. I know this has to hurt y'all so much. When I should have had a Super Bowl ring anyway by now. I know. I'm sorry for y'all, man. But listen, it is what it is. Alright. Love each and every one of y'all. Until next time, it's been CM2. And I'm